Good afternoon out there, everybody in Regular People Travel World.
Hey guys.
It's Alan.
And Brooke.
And we're coming to you today with a big video about our finances and how we use our money to get to travel so much. Now, I'm going to sidestep the whole money thing for 1 second and tell you guys about something that happened to Brooke and I this week that has meant more than the world itself. Tripp's been talking, and he told us this week with his own mouth that he loves us.
Guys, if your parents, our little hearts melted. We both wept like little babies. It was the best day ever. It was truly great.
It was so perfect. So I hope that you, if you have children, go tell your children you love them. If you don't have children, get to work.
One day that moment will be special if you want them. Or if not, go tell your nieces and nephews. Get them to tell you love them.
Yeah. A preacher told me one time, the only way to get good at procreating is practice.
All right.
And he was our neighbor. He was great.
He did tell us that.
He told us that.
I remember that.
All right. So, full transparency to you guys, Brooke and I are both really nervous about this video.
Yeah, this is a big video.
So we both grew up in a time when speaking about your finances and speaking about, how you operated your home by the books was taboo, and you didn't speak about it.
It's kind of like, asking a woman how much they weigh. You don't dare do that. You don't ever talk about your finances. But, me and Alan have kind of made it to where we want, to tell you guys kind of how we think and how we structure our income and our finances so we are able to travel, because we are not millionaires by any stretch of the imagination. We're just regular people with a regular budget, and we try and set ourselves up to make sure that we can do the best and the most that we can that we would like to do with what we have. So that's why we're here.
So, we'll tell you guys a little bit about what we do for a living outside of this wonderful page. Tell you guys a little bit about how much we make, and we'll kind of explain to you how we run our finances, and then tell you some tips and tricks that we use to make that dollar stretch.
Okay, and guys, don't think by any stretch of the imagination that we are experts. This is just what works in our household. It may not work in your household. Maybe you want to take it and tweak it a little bit, but we're not money experts. We don't know everything. My gosh, we don't know everything. But like I said, it works for us. We've come from a long way of not knowing what to do with money. How do you even write a check?
I still don't know how to write a check.
Yeah, I write the checks. It's fine. But these are things that if you don't know, you just don't know. So we just kind of want to help, and hopefully it helps you guys a little bit.
Yep. So I, outside of Regular People Travel, I am a sales rep for an outdoor company. It primarily operates in the hunting space. So I'm around hunters and fishermen a lot. I travel all around the Southeast. My territory is the Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee. I get the chance to meet a lot of wonderful people, and I have a great time.
Yeah, I help manage our family business. It's a flower shop, so it's amazing. I'm with family all the time, doing something I love and creative.
Now, Brooke and I do not own the flower shop. That is my family's business.
Yes, from generations ago.
That I was told to not be a part of. Because
Alan's not the most creative, so it's okay.
So all that being said, between our two careers, we make anywhere, depending on the market. I'm in sales. There's a lot of my position that's built on kind of how the market operates. Anywhere between about 110 to about 150,000 is typically where our household income before taxes lives.
Yeah.
And so the one way that we make that dollar stretch is we have an incredibly detailed budget.
Yeah. So when me and Alan sat down and figured out, okay, how do we make sure we do not go over our budget, is we just simply made a spreadsheet. We got on Excel, we made a spreadsheet, and we literally put, all of our bills, utilities, Netflix, the water bill.
And down to the penny.
Yeah, everything. And we would put everything in a column and say what that bill was. Then we would say what that bill cost. Sometimes they fluctuate, Netflix goes up from 15 to 20, you change it. And then what day it comes out, that's really important. So we know, okay, is the bulk of our bills coming out at the beginning of the month, or are the bulk of our bills coming out at the end of the month?
And so I get paid twice a month, and you get paid
twice a month.
Well, no, I get paid on the 15th and the 30th, and you get paid twice a month, whatever the halfway mark is.
Yeah.
And so we have to structure our due dates and stuff based on when we get paid.
Yeah.
You know, our biggest expense is our mortgage. So it comes out on the first of the month.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times is you don't remember and you don't realize what's coming out, when's it coming out, have I gone overdue, you know, is it on auto draft? We have all of that written. So if we're like, ooh, when does the utility bill come out, or when does that car payment come out? All we have to do is look at our spreadsheet and we know, okay, that car payment is on auto draft. It's coming out at the end of the month. Okay, perfect. We know exactly what's happening and coming in and out of our house when we need to.
And so something that we've done that was built on that budget is we have transferred all of our household expenses minus anything that drafts out of our account. We've switched it to credit cards. And so this is not an avenue I would suggest for everyone. This is something that we are able to do because we are fairly regimented in our finances. We stay very true to that budget within, I would say, $100 to $150 a month. We stay very true to that budget. We give ourselves extraneous household, monies to be able to use for stuff that we need, outside of that, if we just want, a new quarter zip or something.
Right.
And so we've transferred all of our household expenses to credit cards. Now, what that has done is afforded us the ability to bank a lot of free points and a lot of free benefits. So we do a lot of our traveling with points. And so one of the main things that we do is we look for credit cards that have a low payment every year to actually enroll in the credit card. And we'll kind of go through our cards here in a moment, and then once we hit the amount to get the entrance bonus, then we kind of let that card fall by the wayside. And then we move on to another one where we can get a lot of other free bonus miles. Yeah,
we kind of use it to our advantage. But, a lot of people travel like that and do things. Some people just think, oh, well, if I, pay for just dinner every now and then, you get those extra points. But it's not a lot of money to get those points. So we're trying to maximize as best as we can within means of what our household can, withstand.
So the cards that we have at the moment, I have an Amex Platinum, I have a Capital One Venture, I have a Amex Delta Sky Miles Platinum, I have a Amex Blue Cash, and I have the Southwest Platinum card. And you have an Amex Gold, and then you are also on the Capital One Venture card. And the reason that we chose those, as you can tell, they're all, one, we really like Amex. We just like the interface that they have. It's simple for us to use. And their customer service is absolutely second to none.
Yeah.
I will say the Amex cards that we have a little bit higher yearly payments than we would like. That's one sacrifice that we've made based on the benefits. Now, are we like points benefits experts? No, there are people, and there's thousands of YouTube videos out there. Go look. All we're doing is telling you kind of where the start is.
Yeah.
But those are the cards that we have at the moment, and we bank all of those points on various different cards for different reasons. But there are
and sometimes we don't, just because you have a bunch of credit cards doesn't mean you have to use them.
Correct.
Sometimes it's nice just to have a credit card for an emergency. Something happens, or somebody gets hurt, or, you need something. That's always a nice just security to kind of have.
So outside of the credit cards, talking about traveling with points, we do a lot of travel with our hotels with Hilton Honors. Now, I will tell you, I love Hilton. They're very consistent. Pretty much every hotel I've ever stayed in from them is very much the same. I thrive on consistency, but Marriott has a wonderful program. I want to say that IHG has a wonderful program. I'm not really a fan of the IHG brands. I feel like there's a lot of differentiation between the different chains. And so, kind of backing up to why our careers are important is I travel a lot. Having a fairly large territory in sales, I stay in a lot of hotels and I book a lot of miles in the air. And so I'm able to take those points and utilize them for our own personal use.
Yeah. So it's something that you can use and do to, again, biggest bang for your buck. If you're already going to be there, sign up for a loyalty program.
Yeah.
Get the extra points. You know, then you guys can say, "Oh, let's take that weekend trip," and it's for free because you've used loyalty points. Yeah.
And something else that we do is we utilize the Costco travel sometimes, and that's a program that it's not a credit card; it's just a loyalty program that Costco has. I think it's 99. Well, it's not a loyalty, it's a membership.
Yeah.
Their Black Card membership, the executive membership, gets you into their travel program. And I cannot say enough good things about Costco travel. I'll say it's a little pricey, but it's also, the worry is gone.
Yes.
So if you want to travel and you want to have no worries and price really isn't an issue, Costco travel is the spot.
Absolutely. So another thing that we have done is we have got it to the point now in our life where we can set aside money daily, you know, whether that is $2 to $50. And we just have that set up from our bank account, and it goes into a separate savings account, and we don't look at it. We don't touch it. We don't even know it's happening. It just every day gets transferred in there. And that is, think of it as your extra cash or your Starbucks drink. You know, if you go to Starbucks every day and you spend $5, for example, that $5, if you didn't go to Starbucks and maybe made your coffee at home, that $5 every day for a year is what?
Well, 5 times 7, 35 times 52, $1,600.
Yeah. So something as simple as thinking of that, or, you know, maybe you like to go by McDonald's and get lunch. Just even if it's $5 a day, $2 a day, $30 a day, whatever your budget can withhold, if you just stick it in that side bank, you don't think about it, that's another way that you can, you know, get that money by the end of the year. You're like, oh my gosh, I have $1,000. I can pay for a trip. I can pay for a flight. I can book a hotel. So that's another thing that we really do to.
And something to piggyback off of that is we've made the choice to stop eating out. We used to be regulars at a sushi spot here in town, and they're awesome. Can't say enough good things about them. It was not their reason why we aren't there anymore. But we made the choice to stop eating out, because every time you go out and you spend $30 to $70 on dinner, that is based on a $5 mentality. That's a lot. That's, you know, 6 to 10 days of your savings that you could have put towards a trip or could put towards a memory is poop.
And sometimes we do eat out. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah,
Every now and then we'll eat out, but we try and cook at home, you know, spend that time together, not having to go out, and it's worked for us. So
they're going to call us boomers. That's a boomer take. That's such a boomer take. And so something that we have begun to make a concerted effort to do is to pick less expensive places to travel. We are a gigantic Earth. We're 8 billion people on this Earth, and every person lives somewhere. Every person lives somewhere. And everywhere you go, someone has made a home there, and they've made memories there, and they've made a life for themselves. And so I would advise you to, it's great to go to Paris if you have the expendable income. But maybe you don't go to Paris. Maybe you go to Avignon, France, where, you know, it's significantly cheaper. And that's where the papacy, where the popes resigned for a couple hundred years. And, you know, as opposed to going to Santorini, go to Aegina, Greece. We actually have a whole video all about that. And I hope we have a picture.
We have a picture.
And so we would advise you to take a peek at that video. It's less expensive places that are very similar to expensive places.
Yeah.
And that's something that we've had to spend time and effort and research. And that's another overarching principle of this whole video, is you're going to have to spend time and do the research if you want to travel less expensively.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time researching and looking through train schedules, flight schedules, Airbnbs, you know, down to what kind of jackets, you know, are the least heavy so that we can pack them so that we're not having to pay baggage fees.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're going to have to do that research, and it does take a little bit extra work. But that's the benefit of being able to go out and make those memories that you wouldn't have gotten to otherwise if you chose to stay at home.
Right. So really all we just wanted to come and talk to you guys today about is, again, we are not experts. We don't know everything. And what we do in our house may not work in your house, but We just want to be honest and open because a lot of the times people don't talk about these things, and we are just regular people. We love to travel, and if you're a regular person, which most of the world is, and you love to travel, which we hope you do, we just kind of want to help you and show you this is what we do, this is how we do it. You know, you see people traveling all the time and you're like, man, how do they do that? Like, it looks so, you know, glorious and glamorous, and it's not always like that behind the scenes because that's not quite how the real world works all the time. So,
no. And we're very proud to be normal. We're very proud to exist in a world of people that make their money with their backs, that we are proud to, you know, my father was in law enforcement. My mother is a contractor. Your father is in construction. Mm-hmm. And we come from normal people.
Yep.
And we're proud. We're proud to wear that badge of honor. And we hope that we can encourage other regular people to take that step and make their mind up. And I want to go see something I've never seen. I want to do something I've never done. I want to experience something I've never experienced.
Yeah. And if you want to do it, you can. You know, all you have to do is just take that little step and do it. Don't let money be as scary. Don't let, you know, other things. We're here to help as much as we can. And yeah, our little bit of knowledge hopefully will help a little bit of people in the world.
And we hope that it made your travel anything other than regular.
Bye.
Bye, guys.